Okay, let me try to do this right now. Edit post. Oh my goodness, they got the old stuff in there. Give us a hot second, ladies and gentlemen, if you're loading up into the room. Onto this live show. We about to get it crunk. We're just trying to work out a couple technical difficulties. And bam, we're going to have a hot show for you. Oh, hold on. Leslie Rodriguez. Bam, I just tagged you in them, Nikki. Did they pop up on your page?
It did.
It did?
Yep.
Okay, cool deal.
Yep, I see it. It's working today.
It's working today. You know, Facebook be so janky, you know. Hold on, give me 1 second. All right, let's get it. Yo, what's up with it, party people and the place to be? You are now tuned in to Night Talk with Nikki on TreeTvRadio, coming at you live and direct. Yay. What's up with it, Nick Knack? I'm super duper excited, girl. What's popping with you?
Not much. How you doing?
Man, I'm over here doing good. You know, happy we got everything setting up, and Facebook is acting like it's complying with us today.
Today.
Yeah,
That's the key word.
Yay. So yeah, what's up?
I'm just noticing. Do you set like a closed caption up on this?
What do you mean?
One of my phones has like it's closed captioning on it. I'm like, oh, that's cute, but the other phone doesn't do it.
Oh yeah, I was noticing that earlier. I was like looking at the video and I started seeing my words pop up that I was saying. I was like, oh, so I guess that's maybe a Facebook added feature, man. I ain't knowing.
That's new. But how was your week?
Man, my week was pretty good overall. You know, I've been up in the studio working on some stuff. How was your week?
Busy as always, but got some rest in finally, so I'm ready for the weekend. Weekends are busy, so I'm ready for it though.
Nice. So what you got on the docket?
We're actually getting a nor'easter on Monday.
Say that again.
We're getting a nor'easter on Monday.
A nor'easter? What is that?
Are you serious? You born and raised in California?
Yeah, a nor'easter.
It's like a real bad snowstorm.
Oh man, we don't know nothing about no snow in California. That's how you know I'm really from California. Don't know nothing about no snow.
No, but I didn't know. I didn't know. Maybe you had lived somewhere else prior or something else. But yeah. So what's weird is that they brought it up on the radio this week. We got snow. I think it was like Monday or Tuesday, and that morning the radio station was comparing it to, I think it was like 3-4 years ago. For the month of February, we have 4 blizzards back. Like every Monday, we had a blizzard for 4 weeks in a row. Hence to say that snow didn't melt till like June, because they ended up piling it up and putting it like in parking lots and stuff like that. So the day it was going to snow earlier this week and they brought it up on the radio, I was, paranoid, thinking, maybe that day it was going to be that bad, which it wasn't. It turns out they're talking about this coming Monday, which is a coincidence because Monday is February 1st and it's a Monday and we're getting a nor'easter, and that's how it happened a few years ago. So yeah, the city's gonna be going crazy this weekend, stocking up and making sure they got everything they need. because it looks like we're heading into it's like deja vu again, so we'll see.
You got your snow boots ready?
Not even. It's been a mild winter, and I kept saying, in this state, February and March is the worst, but damn, February 1st, like we can't even just slide in a little bit. Northeast, they're talking about 12 inches, but that's today. They said that every day it gets higher, more and more. So, yeah, we'll see. I just hope it's not the back-to-back blizzards like we had before, because we legit had snow out in certain places till June, like in mounds. So that was not fun. But so yeah, if you don't see me online, we might have had like complete power loss, all that stuff.
For sure.
What you got planned for the weekend?
I'm gonna be up in the studio doing some things. I'm trying to get like real nice at this radio broadcasting. So I'm just kicking out shows after shows. So I'm doing a lot of producing right now.
I hear you. Did you I wanted to talk to somebody about it. Have you been watching the whole T.I. and Tiny thing?
Yeah, I did a show on it earlier.
What's your opinion on it?
Man, well, it's like I need to see some proof now, because I heard the allegations from the women, and then I started doing some more research. I did a show, and then I started doing some more research on it my own, and I started going to Instagram. So I found the girl's page on Instagram and was reading what she was talking about, and then I was like, well, T.I. ain't gonna say nothing. I'm like, if I was in his position, I'm not releasing those statements through no team or nothing. I'm gonna get on Instagram and speak for my damn self. If I'm innocent and all this stuff is going on. So I went on there and I seen T.I. What's her name? I could pull it up for you if you want to make that a segment in your show. I could, like, if you want me to pull some stuff up, I can pull that up for you right now. Hold on. But yeah, go ahead. What's your take on it?
Well, I usually don't. I don't really follow celebrities, but I follow like the Shade Room, Hollywood Unlocked, things like that. So when I first seen it, I didn't really pay any mind when she said T.I. took out a gun on her or something like that. It was one of those things you just kept scrolling. The only thing that made me stop to like really listen to it is that I think it was yesterday, Tiny's best friend, Chicana, came out with that video, and so like I'm sure her intentions were good, and I'm sure she thought she was coming on there, to support her friend. But if anything, she brought more light to what Sabrina was saying, and she's kind of confirming what Sabrina's saying, because she clearly said, you didn't mind when you was eating her, and you was sucking this, and you were the one that was bringing them chicks. That was the whole relation. You know what I mean? So it starts to put a little bit of, a little light on, there's a little truth so far to what Sabrina's saying, because Tiny's best friend is confirming it. And I'm sure those were not her intentions, but I think she just made it 10 times worse.
Oh, damn. I didn't even know she was in play. So what did the video actually say, the video that she let out?
It looked like she was like in a nail salon or something. So she was just on her live just talking and basically trying to like turn everything around as though, okay, Sabrina, you want to say this and this and this, but why aren't you saying this and this and this? Why aren't you saying you just mad because you still want Tiny? You just mad because, you ain't eating her anymore. You ain't telling nobody that you sucked his nut too. But then she kind of goes, this is none of my business. I've never, had a threesome with them, but I know what it is. And then she said, you ain't telling them how you were the one recruiting bitches for the, you know what I mean? So I'm like, oh my God. Oh, wow. Because at the very least, now you're opening up, like these things did take place. And it just made me think, like, the reason I don't follow celebrities is because I've never been that much of a fan of anybody to follow them. A few before they became celebrities, and once they kind of got Hollywood, I kind of just like lost track. But with the Tiny and T.I., is like a lot of people don't expect it because of the type of man he is. But at the same time, I sometimes wonder, sometimes celebrities think, I don't know if it's the money, if it's the fame, where they're just entitled to do certain things. And I wonder, if they didn't have the money and the fame, was this the type of life they would be living? Assuming this is all true. Now, I don't know how much you read of it, but about giving people Molly, and people having to take a pill at the door when they come in and stuff like that. Like, it's almost turning into a R. Kelly type thing. And then it makes me wonder, like, is it because they're celebrities and they think they could just, chicks will be usually lined up to try to fuck T.I. So I'm sure there's a lot of chicks that didn't mind taking that pill to fuck T.I. So that's how I looked at it. I didn't, whatever happened with these women, whatever they're going to do, they're going to do. Whatever consequences he's going to have to deal with, so be it. But it's almost like a trend, you know what I mean? And it's just, they say everything hidden comes to the light, and now it's T.I. And then it makes me wonder, remember his daughter, his oldest daughter from a previous relationship, when he went on his podcast and talked about him taking her to the doctor to ensure she was a virgin, but it just came out, it was supposed to be a joke, and it came out wrong. And Deja, had to deal with a lot of internet stuff because she was, a virgin and she was of age. Shortly after that, Deja had posted some stuff where people felt she was suicidal. And she was like in cryptic messages, like she really don't fuck with her father like that. And if you look at the whole family, out of all of them, she's probably like the most wholesome. So it just made me wonder. I was talking to the DJ on the radio, like, I wonder if that has to do with the way he lives his life behind closed doors. You never know, and at the end of the day, I probably won't follow it enough to keep up, but it's going to be interesting. But definitely, Tiny's best friend just made that shit 10 times worse with that video. Then she came out with another video, talk about don't put her in stuff that ain't got nothing to do with her. I'm like, the fuck? You just went and opened up Pandora's box.
Yeah, and I got T.I. video response over here queued up, and I'm ready to play it whenever you're ready.
Go ahead.
Now, you haven't heard this, right?
Not his, no.
Okay, so this will be your first time hearing it, and I guess you get to elaborate and, give your further opinion on it. So here we go. Here's T.I.'s response to the sexual allegation charges. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get it.
Hey, so as y'all could probably guess or imagine, it's been extremely difficult for me to remain quiet in light of all the things that have transpired and all of the egregious allegations that's been tossed around about me and my wife. But it's a reason for that, and I don't mind sharing it. You see, if a person does not have any right to criminally or civilly have you in court, they have no right. The best thing they could do is get you for a defamation suit, drag you in court, make you pay their legal bills, but get you in court. Now, I mean, at this point, man, it's at the point where that don't even matter to me no more, okay? But that's the motive, that's the strategy, that's the intention. Say a whole bunch of false stuff about you that get people to believe and make them come out and say, they're a liar, they're a liar, they're a liar. And then they can say, see, they call me a liar. That's defamation. Then they drag you in court, get you under oath and all that. Because unfortunately right now, it doesn't matter as much what they can prove you did. It matters what you can prove you didn't. You know what I mean? And that's just an unfortunate place that our society has made it to. But I want to be clear about one thing. Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. Women, black women in particular, should be supported, protected, defended, and uplifted. However, evil has no gender. People with evil intentions have no gender. A threat comes in all shapes and sizes. I would never treat a woman the same way I would treat a threat. All right? So I think that has to be distinguished. First and foremost, I want to say my wife is a beautiful person with an amazing spirit and a kind heart. She's a devoted mother, and she has a humble soul. She don't deserve it. She don't deserve it. Now, what we're not going to do is open up the door to my bedroom, as you shouldn't have to either. open up the door to my bedroom for everybody to come in and chime in and make their opinions about what we do and don't do or should or shouldn't do. But I will say this. Whatever we ever have done has been done with consensual adults who into what we into and like what we like. If we want something, we know exactly where to go to get it. We ain't never forced nobody. We ain't never drugged nobody against their will. We ain't never held nobody against their will. We ain't never made nobody do anything. We ain't never trafficked anything. Well, sexually trafficked anything. I ain't never raped nobody. Never raped nobody.
Lord have mercy.
Also, I'm gonna tell you what's factual. I'll tell you what's factual. There have been fake stories put up that blog sites anonymously sent to this person. Blog sites anonymously sent fake stories to this person, and the person posted it as though it was a victim, that they were sure that it was a victim and it has been victimized. And what this does is it dismantles the mechanism that women have created for themselves. You can't weaponize something with baseless claims. These are not stories of actual events. They're not. And I have proof of that. And that's why I said it. I have proof of that. I have proof of people who have gone on live with this person and they later said, man, I just wanted some clout. That's why I can't believe they actually posted that shit. I just wanted some clout. So this is what we're dealing with, man. This is what we're dealing with. And also, I pose you a question. How you gonna be a victim and an attacker at the same time? How are you being victimized if you are violently attacking someone? Women who have been victimized deserve to be heard. They deserve to feel comfortable and confident. They deserve to feel supported. And that's supposed to get them to a place where they can show their face and say, this is what happened to me. This is who did it. And so the necessary steps can follow. This is not that. This is not that.
You can cut that video. I can't even
I also
listen
want you to
to
know
this
it's evil
man.
at play. I'm talking about evil.
Hey, I was just sitting over here thinking, like, I was finna say, I think that nigga lying.
One thing I've always said about rappers is, especially real good rappers, they're good with their words, especially T.I. You know what I mean? He's been around for a minute. He knows how to word things. Never once did he say we didn't do that. Never once did he say, you know what I mean? It's how he puts it. What goes on in our bedroom's been consensual. No one, I didn't see anything about these women being raped. It's just the matter of the way it was done. Now, the sex trafficking, I don't know about all that. I think he'd be crazy to take a huge risk like that. But I do think, you know, as far as the lifestyle they have in their home, you know, hey, Mark, I feel that the lifestyle they have in their home, they feel they can do because of who they are. And let's be real. If you're if you're a celebrity, every young chick nowadays would probably do anything just to party with a celebrity. Take a Molly, take an X, they probably would. Fuck them, threesome, they probably would. Would they later on say they were victimized? They probably would. You know what I mean? It doesn't, no one's saying how they went about it. It's just bringing light to the situation. Like I said, I don't believe in the sex trafficking part. I think that's kind of pushing it. But the lifestyle that they lead, compared to how they portray themselves, it's funny. But he's straight up lying. I couldn't. And then he's really good with his words. He's stuttering a lot on this damn thing. And I didn't realize he even I just read the statement. I didn't realize he put something out. But yeah, he's lying. I mean, the same way, you know, of course, I'm sure there's people that, you know, give fake stories to the blogs. I'm sure that. But I'm also sure that there's some shit that T.I. and Tiny have done that they wouldn't want people to know about, and that's what's going to come to the light. And unfortunately, at this point, it doesn't matter what's true or not. There's so much coming out, it's just going to start to make them seem, people are going to look at them differently, you know? So we'll see. But like I said, that Chicago thing, like, I wonder if they're still friends, because I would have been livid with the way she came out. Like I said, she had good intentions. But she just made shit 10 times worse because she's kind of confirming, yeah, this is the lifestyle they had, but it was consensual. Consensual to what degree? A young 21, 19-year-old girl that wants to be famous or whatever, she's gonna say yes. You know what I mean? Is it considered consensual? Yeah, but there's a reason behind it. You know what you're doing. You know this chick wants your attention. You know what I mean? So you know the power you have over her. But at the same time, the chick knows, you know, like these reality stars, they trying to get in these videos and stuff like that to get their little. It goes both ways. So it's not, from what I think happened, nothing illegal, shady for the way he tries to portray himself. But at the end of the day, it's going to probably do some damage to his brand or whatever. But we'll see. He did look a little kind of serious in that video, like worn out type thing. But
yeah, hey, them circles up under his eyes and everything. That nigga been worrying all week. He like, damn, I'm finna be up in there with Bill.
Because think about it, they still have minor kids. So it's one thing sometimes these blogs, you know, they put gossip out, oh, so-and-so cheated on this person, so-and-so cheated on, but that's not going to really cause you harm. The stuff they're being accused of, let's be real, you can get protective services involved because you got minor children. What's going on in your house while you have these children here? You know, so I can understand on that aspect, you're bringing a lot of drama that is just not about me and you. You know what I mean? It's going to affect my kids and stuff like that, but what's done in the dark will come to the light. And this is why I think sometimes celebrities think, because of who they are, the money they have, that they're able to buy happiness, they're able to buy freakiness, they're able to buy whatever it is they feel like indulging in that day. They're going to find someone that's going to give it to them because of who they are and what they can provide you, you know. But yo, I did not know about that video. That's interesting.
Yeah, and I think they come in with the sex trafficking charge because they're charging Tiny too as being his accomplice. So she would go out.
But wouldn't there have to be like solid proof to be able to do some shit like that?
Huh?
Wouldn't there have to be like solid proof? Well, you know, to be able to do that.
The allegations are enough for the authorities to further investigate per se. So then they'll start coming up with all the evidence. They'll probably pull phone records, text messages. Maybe some of the girls took video while they was there. You know, so like you say, whatever is in the light, whatever is in the dark is about to come to the light, like right nizzle, and it's coming real fast.
I remember he cheated. No, he cheated. He had like a whole affair with, what's her name? That other model, that Instagram model.
I ain't here.
Bernice.
Years
ago, Bernice Burgos or whatever. She's gorgeous. She's a grandmother. She looked younger than her daughter, but. Those are the things that come into my mind when all this came out. I'm like, wow, you know, they almost got divorced because he was like, had her up in an apartment. He was paying her life. And it came out that basically he was paying her to be his mistress. This is the lifestyle they lead. Almost tore their marriage up. Maybe this is Tiny's way of saving their marriage. You know what I mean? Instead of you stepping out, we bang it together type thing, you know?
Yeah, I was saying that earlier. And some women do that. They've been put in that position to where they probably know their man is going to cheat and step out on them, so they'll go out and find women, you know, for their man to keep their man satisfied and to prevent him from doing that.
Mm-hmm. Which would make sense why they would have Sabrina to do it, because what does Tiny look like randomly trying to find chicks to, you know what I mean? Versus this Sabrina who's really like a nobody really knows her, you know, approaching women like, hey, do you want to party with T.I. type thing.
From what they say, Tiny was out there hunting.
Really?
Yeah. So it's going to be more stuff that come out. So we just got to sit back and watch the show per se. I mean, I'm not really too familiar with T.I. and Tiny. I know who they are. I know their accomplishments and stuff like that. And as far as their little reality TV show they got, I called them the Hip Hop Huxtables. And T.I. looked like he about to be up in the cell with brother Bill
with
Cosby.
R. Kelly.
And R. Kelly. They're probably all going to be up in the same motherfucking wing.
And this is crazy. Like when it came out, someone had compared it. They said it's the pill. They called it the Bill Cosby syndrome or something. They're like, what's going on in Hollywood? And I'm like, you know, to a certain extent, I don't know if they think they're untouchable or because, you know, everyone wants to be around them. Who's going to snitch on them or who's going to make a big deal? But this is what happens. You piss off one person, whether she has a valid reason to be pissed off or she has a petty ass reason to be pissed off, Now she's exposing you. And this is why it's either best to either always have your shit out in the open so no one can use it against you, or you need to tie the group a circle. Because having people recruit bitches for you, they like, come on. You should have just stuck to Tiny doing it, because you had to know. You had to know it wasn't going to work out well for you. But I'm just curious, how, where her kid, she's got a little one too. Protective services don't play when, especially now everything's like comes out on social media. We shall see. But yeah, I wanted to get your opinion on that. It's interesting.
Ladies and gentlemen,
let me tell you something funny that happened this.
Hold on, let me go to a little intermission. Ladies and gentlemen, you are now tuned in to Night Talk with Nikki on TreeTvRadio. Yay. All right, go ahead, Nick Nack.
You ever seen, this is the next topic I wanted to bring up. I spoke about it on my live earlier. You ever seen, I don't watch the show, again, this came up on the radio. Married at First Sight.
Married at First Sight. I just heard about that recently somewhere. Was that you talking about it on the live?
I was talking about it on the live this morning.
Oh, okay.
So basically, I guess it's a show you just kind of sign up and they match two complete strangers, and you meet up and you stay together for a certain amount of days. You get married, you stay together in an apartment they pay for a certain amount of days, and then at the end you decide whether you're going to stay together or walk away. Never seen this show, but I've heard about it. This morning, I'm getting ready for my day, about to go live, minding my business, listening to the radio, how I do every morning. They start talking about the show, and they said how it's in the city, recruiting women or whatever for the show. They had talked about it before, but I guess they brought it up today because they had someone from this city that has signed up for it, so they wanted, to get her opinion on it or whatever. So the woman calls up, and, she says her name. Instantly she had a different name that I normally don't hear in this state. I'm from New York, and it's a very common name in New York. I've never heard it in this state other than her. So I'm doing my hair. I'm like, that name's familiar, but whatever. I'm not thinking too much about it. Then she goes on to say that, she applied for the show, and she's talking about the application process, how they ask you everything.
What's the name
what
of the
you
show
prefer
again?
And what you would not want.
What's the name of the show?
Like if you definitely want some,
I say, what's the name of the show again?
Married at First Sight.
Oh, okay.
They ask you specifics, like if you definitely don't want anyone, let's say under 5'6". So they try their best to kind of match you up. So she was talking about the application process, and they asked her, what made you decide to do this or whatever. So she says, well, she's been single for 13 years. She just hit 40. So when she said she just hit 40, I said, oh, no, that's not her. I thought the girl I knew was older than 40. So the woman on the phone keeps talking. She said, I just hit 40. My friends have tried to hook me up, blind dates. I've done the dating apps, all that stuff. Doesn't seem to work. I've even tried to look for a man in Dubai. So at this point, I was like, the girl that I know with the same name around that age also went to Dubai. So other radio stations asked me, oh my gosh, you went all the way to Dubai, to find a husband? And she said, no, I went on vacation, but I figured, hey, if I'm there, maybe I could snatch myself up a king, which clearly didn't happen. So she came back anyway. So then she says, the funny thing is, I'm actually a justice of the peace. I marry people for a living, and it's ironic that I've never been married. That's when I said, holy crap, I know this chick. Which I thought was the funniest shit. I'm not surprised. She signed up. She's one of those that she signs up for she tries to get into everything, but so then I started, she's not a friend of mine. She's just someone I knew from somebody else, and we have mutual exes. So I started talking to the DJ on the radio because, we always go back and forth. And I said, oh, my God, I know her. She actually works in City Hall. She is a justice of peace. She's got a lot of businesses. And I said, in my opinion, the reason she can't find a man is this woman is extremely independent, which is great. But she's the type, because she's got like 5 businesses going, you as a man, she's going to expect you to have 10 businesses going. You know what I mean? And you need to take care of her. She shouldn't have to use her money for anything if you're with her. She's that type of woman. So I'm like, yeah, that's why you've been single for 13 years. But So, I reached out to a friend that we both know, obviously, and like, oh my God, like, who does that? So would you get on a show like that?
Hell to the no, no, no. Hell no, I'm not finna just up and be in the house with somebody that I ain't never met a day in my life. We ain't went on no date. Like, nah, that's some real drastic stuff. I think people are just doing that for clout. Do you think people are really seriously doing that, trying to find the love of their life?
With her, I think it's at least one extra way. She's always applied for, like, she's one of those who she applies for a lot of contests and stuff like that. She doesn't, unfortunately, what's funny is that I went on their website, because I never saw the show. And let's be real, it's TV. At the end of the day, they want what looks good for TV to get the viewers to keep watching, right? Unfortunately, yeah, she's not. I looked at, like, their past casts. She's definitely not going to get picked. I don't think she's doing it for clout. Would she use, because like I said, she works for the city. She's very professional, so she's definitely not one that, she's trying to be on, like, Love and Hip Hop or anything like that. I honestly do believe, hey, it's a shot in the dark. Maybe this is what, she's been waiting for her whole life. And at the same time, she hit 40. She has no kids, so I know she feels the pressure. And that's mostly what it is or whatever. But I still couldn't do it. Like you said, I couldn't be, up in a room with someone in an apartment. They because they still have to film you. When I looked at the website, I watched a couple of clips, and there was one clip where they interviewed the girl, and the girl clearly stated she felt extremely uncomfortable when the cameras were off because the guy kept being aggressive on wanting to be intimate because they were married. And she was like, she was still trying to get, just because they were married, that was part of the show. She was not about to just sleep with them. And every time the cameras were off, he was persistent in that. But when the cameras would come on, he would say there was no pressure and he wanted to get to know her. And it's stuff like that. So it's like, you never know, what you're getting yourself into. I don't know how, thorough these background checks are to the contestants of these shows, but for her, I honestly do think she wants to find love, and this is just the extreme for her. But like I said, I checked the thing, and how you got to be commercial for certain things. You have to have the look, and she definitely doesn't have the look that they. Yeah, I saw their cast. I'm like, yeah, she's definitely not gonna. It would have to be like an episode of a completely different type of women compared to what I've seen their past cast be. So, but it just thought it was funny. Like, I literally was just doing my hair, and I'm like, the hell? I'm like, I know this ain't. And when she confirmed she was a justice of the peace, I was like, what is she doing? Like,
you know what I think it is too? You said that she she's the person that's like entering these contests. She be on a lot of these shows a lot, right?
No, like she'll enter win a trip for this. She enters any type of like on the radio station. This is why I wasn't surprised that it was when I realized it was her. I wasn't surprised that she got through the radio because like when they have radio contests to win tickets, she's always doing stuff like that.
Oh, okay. She could have a contest addiction, and she just don't know what she got herself into this time.
I don't know. And she's, like I said, she's extremely intelligent, and she's very independent. She's just real like her shit don't stink type thing because of what she got going on. But it's like that turns a lot of people off because I know for a fact of some guys, they won't come off right away of what they can do for you. Who does that? But that's the type she is. She wants to see what you can provide her with before she even, spends any time investing, time with you or whatever. So if she was to get on this show, and she even said it, they asked her on the radio, like, what if you don't like this guy? She said, she says, well, it's not like it's a done deal. What's crazy is that she's a justice of the peace, and she says on the radio, well, it's not like it's a done deal. It's not like I'm committed to this dude or whatever. And they're like, that's the point of the whole show. Like, you literally meet him the day, you marry him the day you meet him. You go into this apartment as a married couple, so you would have to get divorced afterwards. Or, well, not even, probably annulled. I'm sure there's a way around it. But so in her mind, she's not looking at it, I'm going to stay married to this man. Hopefully, at least they can find me a match. Hey, if it works out, it works out. If it doesn't, she said, I have, a friend to hang out with or whatever. I'm like, she need a man bad. But like I said, when she said, she was single for 13 years. I didn't realize it'd been that long because I knew the last person she was with. I didn't realize it was that long. But she's been, and then I reached out to because like I said, we have a mutual ex. So this man was that's why she doesn't talk to me anymore. But I didn't know. We weren't dating him at the same time. But anyway, she's hung up. She's completely in love with this dude. And me and him are still cool. I reached out to him. I said, yo, did you hear your homegirl on the radio? He texted her and was like, so you signed up for this show? And she confirmed it. I said, oh, you guys are still friends? And he said, yeah. She asked him, does he ever still think about her? Just a month ago. But she signed up for this thing. I don't know if maybe she's sabotaging every relationship afterwards. You know, because 13 years is a long time to be single. And she's still, 13 years later, you're still asking this man if he thinks about you? Like, come on.
Or maybe she got that corona lonely bug. You know? Now you said something in the beginning, like as far as her looks, you don't think they would pick her because of her looks for the TV show. Does this, I got it put up here on the screen right here. It says Married at First Sight, and I guess it's on Lifetime channel. So do they typically pick people that society considers good looking people?
Exactly.
Oh, okay. So we won't see no BBWs on there then, right?
But remember, BBWs is different, angle, different ways or whatever. So ideally, the BBW type that people want to see is that hourglass wide hip, BBW. That's not her. She is a BBW. And I've seen thicker girls on there or BBWs, but their shape is different. So like I said, I don't see her going on that show at all.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So we'll see. But I mean, I could be wrong. Maybe special edition. But she doesn't. No, she wouldn't, because it's a TV show at the same time. They want the viewers to keep watching. And like I said, I've never watched the show. So when I looked at the cast, instantly I was like, oh no, she's not going to get picked. But I do believe she's definitely doing for the right reasons. Like, she's the type, I don't even think she would like run with the most she would use clout is for her businesses. Like I said, she works for City Hall and stuff like that. So she's not like ratchet or anything, but I'm sorry, she's a little, got her head in the clouds type thing.
Oh, okay. For shizzle.
So we'll see.
Yeah. Huh? What's up with it, Mark? We see Mark down there. Up in the
Mark is one of my faithful followers.
Yeah, what's popping with you, Mark? Shout out to you, Playboy. We'll have the in the future we'll have the call in number. You'll be able to call in. Get some shout outs live on air. Here with Night Talk with Nikki. Yay. Shout out to all the party people tuning in right now. You are now tuned in to Night Talk with Nikki right here on TreeTvRadio, the #1 media source for BBW, SSBBW, and plus size women. Yay.
What you got going on for the week?
For the weekend, I'm gonna just be up in the studio doing some more shows, like I said, and stuff. And I'm gonna have to check out this TV show. This kind of got me interested. Married at First Sight. It seemed kind of interesting now that I fully understand the concept. One show that I got addicted to is 90 Day Fiance on the Lifetime channel. I think that's a very interesting show, and this is kind of like a little bit along the lines. Them people only got 90 days to get to know their partner. You feel what I'm saying? Before they tie the knot. These people don't know them at all. Just walking right up in there.
Well, no, I mean, on 90 Day Fiance, some of them known them for years. Is that when they arrived to the States, they got 90 days to get married with that visa.
Yeah. You're right. I mean, you really don't get to know nobody until you live with them for a long time. So
no, that's for sure.
It'll be for sure. It's longer than their little 2-week vacation they stayed out there with, the person or whatever, or a little week vacation here and there. They get to see who the person really is, after a while. Because, we all put our mask on in a sense, or at least I think so. And we all got our guard up before we really truly let that person in. And that builds, with trust up over the years, in my opinion.
True. It's just funny that they have a show for that, because any Hispanic has been at one point in their life have been offered money to marry someone, just to get them over here. Now they have a whole show, kind of, because a lot of these couples, you know what I mean? Maybe the American has good intentions or whatever, and sometimes not even that, but a good percentage of these couples, they want that green card, they want to come to the United States, and the American is either extremely lonely, and this might be the only way, to have a relationship or whatever. But back in the day, man, listen, it was like minimum $8,000 they would give you up front to marry someone so they can get a green card. I'm like, and now they have like a whole show about this, and I'm like, but I watched some of the episodes, like if I'm taking my walk or whatever, I'll pull it up on YouTube, but it's funny. Some of them are like cringeworthy though. Like I gotta like put it on mute because I can't believe how gullible some of the Americans are,
Mm-hmm. It is. It's something to see, and I think that's still going today. And I think the price just went up to like 15 or 20 G's. Where you marry some foreigner or something just to get them legalized over here.
That's great. I haven't seen anybody at least in this state be offered that. I think with INS they're so much more strict and stuff like that. But back it was so normal back in the day. So many people did it. Someone in my own family did it. She ended up falling in love with them, but it was initially an arrangement. I was approached a couple of times, but also scary. I'm like, oh hell no, I'm not gonna have people walking banging on my door. No. So I never did it, but it was so normal, so normal. So when that show came out, it just brought back the. I'm like, oh, I remember those days. But I'm not messing with INS right now. Like, they be asking some real intimate questions. It's not like just where you met. No,
they be
like your answers got to match up.
They be asking like, what type of what's her favorite position? What type of sounds do she make when you got her in?
No, Kenneth. No. But they will ask, how frequently, things like that, and it's got to match up. And then the interviews are never around the same time, So it's weird. I don't have the balls for that. And then to go on a show and do it, oh no. There's this one lady that's like, she looks like 50, 60 now, and she has a 27-year-old fiance. She just brought him like a $3,000 watch, and she said, "Don't lose this like you lost the other ones." I'm like, oh Lord, she's stupid. And he's like, "I'm not gonna lose it." I'm like, he already knows which pawn shop he gonna take it to, lady.
That was like one of 7 watches though. That one particular one cost $3,000, but she had like 7 more for him too.
Yeah. Yep. That's why she was like, "Don't lose it like the other ones." I'm like, "They ain't lost, honey. They're at the pawn shop." You know what I mean?
That right
the same place this was going.
That right there is a cold little situation. And old girl, she's a very manipulative woman, because you know how he be getting money now from. He think he got a job, but he don't have a real job. Is he the little dude is working at her friend's resort, but she's paying. Like, he ain't even really an employee there. She's sending her friend that owns the resort. Are you
serious?
Yeah, this is some real shit. He this shit is crazy. She's sending her friend like $1,300 like every 2 weeks or whatever, and like that's his pay or whatever for working at the resort. And she says that she wants to make him feel like he's a man. She just don't want him, sitting around or whatever.
Oh my God.
But he don't even have a real job, but he think it's a real job. He think he like, he got his little chest out now. He making a little money for the family. That's why he be talking back to her and shit. I think he would be more submissive if she was just giving him money directly. Because he know I can't mess that up. He thinking now I got a job. I don't even really need her. But
who knows? Because it might. Who knows how? Depending how long he's been playing that game, it's probably to the point where. Because I saw one clip where he was like, he told her, he was like, he was born in Belize, he's going to die in Belize, and he wasn't going to go, he had no intentions of going to the States, and she was just going to have to deal with it. So I think it's got to the point where she's so hung up on him, she might be willing to deal with whatever at this point. Because let's be real, she's buying these $3,000-$4,000 watches, and he's coming, oh, I lost it. And she's still around. providing all this stuff, she's hung up just as much as, the roles are reversed at this point. Probably he did what he needed to do at the beginning to like bring her in. Now she's hooked. Now he's just sitting back and reaping the benefits, but I'm just like,
well,
it's so like,
him, though.
How do you be friends and family of these people and not like go in on them? Like, how stupid can you be? You know what I mean? I just couldn't.
Her friends be going in on her. Like, I think the friends and families of these people do be going in on them, but the person just be so in love, and she the one pursued him. He didn't even have no interest in her. So she pursued him, showered him with gifts, won him over like that. You know what I'm saying?
I'll never understand it. I mean, I don't want to say desperation, because let's be real. If she's going to be that type of sugar mom, I'm sure she could have found someone in her own city. So maybe there was something about this man that, I don't know. I'll never understand it, but to each his own. I mean, if she's got that money to spend and she's not sacrificing what she needs to do for herself, then whatever makes her happy. Because I'd probably, I wouldn't be naive and do it for the wrong person. But if I had that type of money, but a good person in my life, I would be dropping thousands. Oh, just here, you know what I mean? Because I like to see people happy, but not as, a sugar mama. Oh, I'm just taking care of you, and you got me out here looking like a damn fool. Well, it's not too many of those couples that make it. I don't know if you watched, I don't remember what season it was, because like I said, I don't watch these. It's like when I'm walking, I'll bring it up on YouTube. One season they had Annie and David, and they're still together, and they actually have their own cooking show now, and it's really cute because the few episodes I saw of theirs, I guess supposedly she might have been an escort when he had met her, so it didn't look good. Her kids didn't like her. But, and he can't even have no more kids. But now they have such the cutest relationship.
They do.
And I watched them on live, and she's always cooking cute stuff. And she's so his father died. She was so supportive of it. I was like, that's cute. Annie, you know what I mean? That looked like it was real love.
Annie is a very sweet woman. I like that couple too as well. And my nigga David got his hair back. He got his little groove back and stuff. They are real.
Really?
Just the way they interact. You know what I'm saying? With one another, you can tell that they're really in love, and they hit it off real. They like one of the good outcomes of that show per se. But they one of my favorite couples too. And Annie is hella funny too. She can cook her ass off too.
She is. With her thick ass accent, can barely understand her, but she's a cutie.
Yeah.
And what's funny is I don't like this couple, Marcelino and Brittany, but I can honestly say they turned out to be one of the better ones also. But the way it started, it just seemed he seemed kind of controlling and secretive. She seemed like she still, wanted to live that lifestyle. I got her into jail. Fast forward a few years, 3 kids, and just the stability he brings to her. I'm like, holy crap. They turned out to kind of beat the odds type thing.
Mm-hmm. Hey, do you remember Soulja Boy? I'll be there for you, girl. I'll be there for you.
Oh, yeah. For baby Lisa.
Baby Lisa, my baby.
I couldn't watch their episodes, man. It's like I said, if it makes me embarrassed for them, it's like I could never watch like American Idol. Those type of shows, like talent contests where I'd be so embarrassed for them. I could not be. This is why I say with everything I do, I couldn't be judged. I have thick skin, but I think I would like have to fight or argue with every person that had to like voice their opinion. But, I give it to them. I couldn't do it.
Yeah. Yay.
And now she's like, 70? And she's never, like, that's all she's known for. She's had celebrities going on her on Twitter. You know what I mean? But, I couldn't do it. Like, there's certain things. They make memes about you afterwards. I'm like, no. I don't mind being rich. I couldn't be famous. You can keep that. No. People want to give their opinions on what you like. It's what I do, the little bit I do, and people want to give opinions of what I do with and it's like I don't get it, So then to be on that type of platform where you got like 40 million followers and everybody feels they're entitled to tell you what they feel about what decisions you made in your life. Oh no.
Mm-hmm.
There ain't enough aspirin or weed in the world. to get me through some shit like that.
They will try to tell you, they think their opinion is golden about you. Like he or she need to hear this. I need to tell them this.
And then they get mad when I don't want to hear it. I'm like, what the hell? And then I'm rude. Listen, life's too short. Like I said earlier, unless you're like in my inner circle, family, friends, relationship, whatever it is, your opinion of me doesn't matter because I'm not going to let it stop my day. If it's a great opinion, awesome, but it's still not going to change anything. Because sometimes, compliments be, what's that saying? Is it not half-ass compliments? What's the saying?
Yeah,
it's like you're complimenting someone, but criticizing them at the same time.
Yeah. I know what you mean. I can't think of the word right now.
I know, right? And someone just said it earlier. I'm like, I hate when people do that, but someone always got something to say. You can't fight the world or whatever. But some of these celebrities, they want to shut down their sites.
Oh, I know. It's condescending. No, that's not the word.
No. Oh my goodness. Something. I'll get it before we got a few minutes left. I'll get it before the end of it. But I couldn't. I don't know how it's just, 5 or 6 people talking shit to me and I don't let it affect me, but I'm like, what's up your ass? I couldn't imagine having like a million people be mad because I wore black sneakers instead of white sneakers with this outfit. And that's how it be. It don't even be serious shit. You know what I mean? Like, why didn't you go to that protest? No, it's like, how could you wear that? Or how could you go to there? What does it matter to you? You know what I mean? At the end of the day, yeah, you might be a fan, but then you should be a fan because you like the person that I am. Across the board, regardless what I do, be a fan when on my good days and on my bad days.
Exactly. Give me my roses while I'm here. Don't wait till I die.
For real. And that's how it be. Like with Kobe's death, the memorial, I didn't see hardly any memorials for him on IG and Facebook. Now I know I forgot his wife's name. But I know she had posted something that
Vanessa.
she wanted people to keep in mind, of the other families or whatever. So when they were posting their memories of Kobe, not to post pictures of the crash and things like that. I hardly saw anything. And I'm like, this is the same man who last year when it happened, first of all, half of the internet didn't even believe it. Then when they finally, realized it was true, everybody and their mother was going crazy like he was God. Fast forward a year later, everyone's hung up on everything else going on. They just completely forgot. And that's how it is in real life too. You see a lot more people at your funeral than at your graduation.
Hey, did you hear about the report where they say the sheriff office leaked
the pictures?
Yeah, of the crash. You can see like Kobe's body or whatever.
Oh my God! I think she's suing him over that, right?
Yeah. And her name is Vanessa. That's his wife's name. I think so.
Yes. But remember that day he died, everyone kind of like flocked to the Staples Center or whatever, and everybody's crying or whatever. Where were those? Like, I'm not saying the world had to stop because it was a year, but I would have thought I would have seen that same energy, especially because how tragic it was, and it wasn't just him. Barely. I think I saw CNN. I honestly didn't even see if she posted anything, to be honest. Sorry, it wasn't something that was trending. So I'm like, damn, this is really different than last year, but that's how it is in real life too, but I found it's backhanded compliment.
Yeah, I was about to say underhanded compliment.
I thought it was double-handed, so I looked up double-handed and it was like, no, backhanded. But that's how people are, you know what I mean?
Yeah, man. There was a lot of conspiracy theories surrounding Kobe's death too.
Do you believe it?
I don't know. I mean, some of the points people brought up made you say, like they say, how did they word this? Well, they were basically saying like how many helicopters do you know that go down? And I thought about it, and it's kind of uncommon for helicopters to go down. Like, that's not something that occur very frequently per se. And there was a couple of little points they brought up, but you can go deep in the rabbit hole with the conspiracy theories, so I'll be trying to stay away from them.
I hear you.
But it's good to dibble and dabble and make your brain think, because, man, you never know what's going on.
That's true. But it'll all come out, because I'm sure once that lawsuit's done, everyone will know what's going on, what really happened.
Yeah, I know that was messed up.
Not that it changes anything, but
I know that was messed up. How they leaked them photos. Hold on, talk to the people. Give me a hot second.
No pressure. We're about to close it down in a few minutes anyway. But hopefully by next week this will be on a different page. If any of you add me, I've got 5 or 6 pages. Yes, they're all me. No one's catfishing. Please don't report my pages. They are all mine. I probably want to go on my main page next week. One thing I always say, I don't really chit-chatting on the inbox, but if you want to get to know me, definitely always check out my lives. Once this is done, I'll probably go live myself on my pages. I'm noticing the only thing is with this is it's not really notifying my followers, so I need to figure out a better way to do this, but we'll figure it out, definitely.
Yeah, we'll definitely figure out. Once they get used to the time, if we hit them like this, every Friday at this time, then they'll definitely get used to it and stuff. You see Mark.
For sure, because we saw Mark on there, so.
Yeah, and then they'll see it, so the people that tune in watching this recording right now, we're going to be back at you, next week at 7 o'clock Eastern time and 4 o'clock West Coast time. So tap in with Night Talk with Nikki, live and direct right here on TreeTvRadio. We had a super duper bomb show today. Yay. Shout out to you, Miss Nikki. And make sure you follow Nikki on IG, fellas. She got all her social media sites right there, and she got lots of picture. Nikki is like the queen of content, as far as like pictures and videos, for all the looky little dudes who
busty ladies.
Yeah, seeing them super thick ladies. Nikki's a plus size model as well too, but this is her more, more her fun, bubbly side. She has sides to her and stuff. This is her little talk show / podcast where people can come interact with her.
Thank you, Kenneth. I appreciate it.
Yay! Shout out to you, Miss Nick Nack. And I appreciate you. Shout out to all the people that join this podcast. You got any questions about anything, you can hit Nikki up. I got all her social media accounts tagged also in this video here on Facebook. And on YouTube, I'll put it up in the description link as well, so you guys can follow all her social media sites. But the best way to get to her is to go to IG right now and type in L Rodriguez 423. You know what I'm saying?
You said it better than I do. Wait a minute.
Well, I'm half Mexican. Everybody born in California half Mexican.
Yeah. That R was just rolling off your tongue. I can't do that. I'm Puerto Rican.
We all speak Spanish out here, man. Little Mexico.
I feel you.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to all the people out there. Much love to everybody and stay safe. And I'll let you close it out, Nikki.
Like I said, add me on IG if it's, if you do have some questions, on Facebook, I can't answer messages, so definitely hit me up on IG, and I'll always post when I'm going live on my pages or going live on IG or when we do the next podcast, so definitely add me.
All right, party people, in a place to be. Have a good one.